Oh, man. Oh, shit. We live, baby.
It's that time, man.
It's that time. It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
I shouldn't have left you without a podcast to step two.
So let me go ahead and put it out there, Reese. It was Trav who didn't want to do the show, that last show.
Yeah, I knew it was. When he gave me that answer, I knew it was like, what do you mean, Trav? Like, I thought we had clearly agreed that we was only missing one show.
Trav was like, you know what, man? We need that extra week. I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna argue with you.
He wanted to get into his content bag. That's what Trav wanted to do.
Yo, what up, people? It's your boy Chad Dave from WWTB. What we talking about? Back in the building, back in the place to be, the Lemon Loaf headquarters for the 19 biatch. Oh,
Season 2.
Season 2.
We back.
We back, baby. Oh, man, it's been a while. It's been a while. Who I got in the building with me today?
Shopping bags. CEO.
Maybach music.
Mr. Perfect Attendance. Present. Got a couple new ones floating around. Premium Reese is still here for sure.
Premium Reese in the building.
But while we were on break,
So
my man Trav, pause. He blessed me with a new one.
Definitely.
I like how it ring off. You know what I'm saying? They calling me young Mexico right now.
Young Mexico.
Young Mexico. Mel Chapo.
Mel Chapo's in the building.
The pure white Henny is in. Get with me.
Wow. Mel Chapo's in the building tonight.
Young Border Patrol.
Young Border Patrol.
Young
Border
Patrol.
Young Build a Wall.
Young Customs. Happy New Year. I'm back. I'm glad to be back in here.
And who else we got in the building today?
It's a new year, man, new me.
Woo.
You know what I mean? I don't want to say new year, new me. That's real cliche.
Nah, new year, new me.
Put a fab on us right there.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? But I had to reevaluate some things with some of the AKAs. Look how things was going, and we're gonna have to hold out on some of the AKAs.
Okay.
That I'll bring to the table because the check isn't there. The respect isn't there. You know what I'm saying? And I made a vow to myself that me and my brothers, we can't wittingly free promote these brands, you know?
We're definitely not working for free no more.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Partnership.
So,
we're in business over here.
yeah, we're not feeling like
That's offended.
One of these big shots, but you gotta know your worth. You gotta know your worth. You feel what I'm saying?
Know your worth, King.
You know what I mean?
Know
what
your
we're talking
worth,
about is the
King.
prize.
Yeah, so we're just gonna keep it real short, real sweet, man. It's Dez on this. If you don't know me, 10 of your friends do.
That's still there.
You know what I mean? A local nigga, but the buzz is still very major. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Very.
Don't let them tell you anything different.
That's
feel
all
me?
Fendi.
You know what I mean? I'm still the Honorable
Hey.
Dr. Elijah Martin Malcolm Arnaz
Mix
III.
it third.
Indeed.
You feel me? Mixie Badass. You feel me?
Mixie badass.
New drop alert.
Mixie Badass is here. You feel what I'm saying? And I know y'all looking for the other stuff, but once again, we can't do that, man. The partnership is not there. So once the partnership happens, then we can include the other.
Still working on it.
Yeah, we're still working on it. But still salute to those. No hard feelings.
Always shout out to Ash, though.
I got a question.
What's going on?
Do niggas?
Oh, niggas still hate me because they ain't me.
Okay.
We gotta address that.
Okay.
And I had to embrace that because I feel like in 2017, 2018, I was kind of feeling like villain Brian. You know what I mean? You know when Brian went to Miami?
Black Mass Brian.
Yeah,
Black
you know what I mean?
Mass Brian, okay.
And I didn't like the energy I was displaying
Miami
out
Nice,
there.
bro.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna embrace, you know what I mean? Embrace the hate. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
What'd you say? You starting off the year clean
yeah,
slate?
clean slate, man. You feel
Everything
what I'm
good?
saying? Everything good, man. I don't have a problem with nobody. If you got a problem with me, that's on you, man. God bless. That's all I can say, man.
God
May
bless.
peace be upon you, big brother. You feel what I'm saying?
Amen.
And we here, man. What we talking about?
Shout out to superstar engineer, the kid Blaze in
Who?
the building.
Who?
The champ is here.
Get that shit correct.
And
Look at this nigga right here with this gray polo hat on. This nigga is a victim. Okay,
Champ is in the building.
fuck the Carolina
Mixlo made it,
Panthers.
but don't think you escaping. See,
Right.
he
tried.
I got it.
He tried.
I was gonna shout out my guy Jay Wood in the building, fifth member in the
Jay
building.
Wood, what up? What up?
Blessings to
Shoe
you all.
Shoepak in the building.
Hey,
Shoepak's
what
still
you
alive,
doing
man.
with them shoes is incredible.
Yeah.
Salute.
Appreciate it.
Hey,
Salute,
yeah,
salute,
man.
salute.
A lot of people hitting me up, man.
Y'all need your kicks.
Let the people know, like, how can they contact you? Because
Right.
people hit me up like, yo, how can I get in touch with your mans?
Who is Jay Wood? Just hit the DMs and I'll let you know if I can or I can't.
Now, what if they're not? Because it is 2019, niggas still ain't.
And so you need your money up front.
savvy.
You need that bread up front.
Yeah.
I need the bread up front.
Yeah.
Definitely could have.
Soda don't come out the machine unless you put
But what if
the
they don't
quarter
have an
out.
Instagram, Jay? Then how do they contact you?
You know, I gotta get that email out.
Yeah, you gotta-
my phone been going crazy.
I'm about to say, man, you know, you might have to put the phone on the on.
But I
on
see
the, on
he
the,
turned
on
a
the
pair of
email.
11s. They damn near look like they was dead stock. What you did to a pair
Jay
of
Wood,
11s.
you need a Google number.
Something.
I got one. I just don't use it, but it's time to reactivate.
You gotta reactivate because that's what I'm saying. Because I don't feel comfortable giving people your number. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I know how you work, and you know, it's just certain ethics that you move with when you're street smart. You know what I'm saying? You don't just give a nigga his number out.
Right.
I feel like if you give a nigga's number out,
You don't respect the nigga.
you know what I'm saying? Like you just don't do that. You don't give niggas their number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you
Because I hate to do a nigga like, how you get my number?
you feel me?
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Who
Yeah.
is?
So I just wanted to put that. You know, I wanted the people to know how to contact
Nah, I
you.
appreciate it.
And then you know, I
definitely
wanted to
get
clear the air because in 2018, like people try to bring static and act like we automatically got this fifth member.
Oh
And,
yeah. Like we was brand new to this.
Do your Googles, do your research, listen to old
what
shows.
happened? Hold on, who
Take
got-
control.
Take control.
Take control.
And ladies, listen, it's a new year. There's no static. I love y'all.
Very glad we're in the height of all this.
It's a new year and the
tons of
energy.
Me Too movement, 'cause I was gonna have some smoke for Take Control.
I love
I
y'all
love the
ladies.
ladies.
There's no
though. I
smoke.
love the ladies.
There's no smoke, you know.
But we've been had the fifth.
But Jay
Young
Wood,
Savon.
we got a real fifth member. That's the difference between
Right.
us and y'all. You know, y'all got a
Shout out to them though. Happy New Year's.
Happy
ladies.
New Year.
You know?
They saved. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep it real with
So
yourself.
it's on me. It's on me.
Bam, bam, bam.
Hey.
He's back, season 2, baby.
Fresh
I'm
off
here,
a
baby.
jazz festival.
Well known and loved.
Yeah, trash.
Hey, I'm here. What you call me? Bird box trash.
Let's get to your new AKAs. Bird Box Trap. There was one more.
Best friend trash.
Best friend Trap.
Best friend Trav. Oh my
Bird
God.
Box for sure.
Bird box trap. Oh, that shit had me tight, boy.
3 cuts in his kneecaps trying to wild out Trav.
That's what you trying to do? You trying to do? You trying to-
Bird Box Trap is
Hey.
a wild boy.
Hey, Bird Box Trav. Listen,
I missed this one.
that was a funny ass day to chat.
It was an interaction between him and Steph. You know, they talking back and forth, and I'm like, the Bird Box, that's where it was born at. They was talking about
Bird box.
But Travis talking about loans, the box, you know, he talking about, you know, a
Oh, I
chick.
didn't see that travel.
We just put
Steph
it
was like
together, Bird.
10:30 in the morning.
Bird box trap is funny, man.
I'm glad to be back, man. I feel like we ain't did a show in a long time, man.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Hey, but guess what? Guess what? Oh,
And the fans
that's
been
on
waiting on
me, baby. Okay, I'll take that. But guess what?
What?
Niggas got sponsors
Niggas
now.
got sponsors.
Niggas got sponsors now. You know what I'm saying? We stepping it up for the 19.
Again, it's a business.
It's a business.
Come correct.
So shout out to my man Carlone Tone. If you need a new whip, you know what I'm saying, your credit bad, well, you got repossessions, your shit is just fucked up, you need to holler at my man Carlone Tone. He gonna get you right. You know what I'm saying? His phone number is 614-504-3839. 614-504-3839. Hit my man Carlone Tone up if you're trying to get a new whip. He'll make sure he'll take care of you. Go in there. Please tell him what we talking about sent you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, sponsorships. We a business now.
That's that noise.
Also, we want to let the people know on the 12th of January, right? Your boys is at XL. You know what I'm saying? Got a little partnership running with them.
We bottle popping. We
So, you know what I'm saying? On the 12th of January, come out to XL and kick it with your boys.
We in there.
We definitely gonna be in there. What what's the Arnaz called with the Grippo wings with the Henny sauce?
Yeah, please, we're gonna need those on deck. You know, I don't know the choice of liquor. It depends on how I'm feeling. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
I might fuck around and bring a bottle of Ocean Spray Cran Mango and tell them keep the Patron on chill for me.
I've been feeling real tequila-ish.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So
that might be a move.
But come out and kick it with us. So that's the 12th. That's Saturday.
We got some other things in the work. We don't want to speak on it too soon, but the 12th of January, we at XL. What we talking about?
Yes.
XL. We definitely gonna be in the building. And again, if you need a car, you know what I'm saying. I know it's tax time coming up.
Hold on, did you hear that? Sounds like elevation. What we talking about?
Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
We always moving up.
Tax time coming up. You need a car, hit up my man Carlone Tone, and he can make it happen. Again, that number 614-504-3839. That's called sponsorship, baby.
Damn, man. I'm going to shed a tear on that. That's crazy, bro.
All right, so let's get into the show.
Let's get there.
It's I got a question.
What's up?
It's a new year. Do your body count do a reset?
Absolutely not.
For the ladies, do your body count reset for the new year?
I mean, I'm hoping, you know, I'm going into this hoping that body counts are not being discussed. I'm still very much against discussing body counts.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
okay,
Like,
okay.
so I would hope that that's not even a conversation for most people.
Hey, I mean,
But again, you know what I mean? You know how we feel about certain things over here, what we talking about. You know,
talk about it.
Again, ladies, fellas,
Whoa.
we all good down there?
You all right? Yeah.
You know?
I was just thinking about that. Like, I seen it floating around the timeline, you know what I'm saying? Act like New Year, you know, people hit the gym, you know what I'm saying?
I
Bunch of
mean,
New Year resolutions.
Now,
Your body count reset?
it's not that it would reset, but, you know, a body might fall off the credit report. You know, it may be that time, you know, you may have got
7 years and fall off, you don't count no more?
It's a possibility, you know. So bodies do fall off.
Okay. What about it's been a week of the year, New Year. New Year's been wild. The year's been wild off rip.
Yeah.
How many bodies should people have so far?
I mean, I'm gonna give everybody that one random to a loved one on the first. Everybody might have had that.
Okay.
One. So I'm not gonna hold that one against you. And if you got 1 to 2, like, you know,
It's 6 days into the year. What? I mean, two should be all right.
2 is okay with me. You know what I mean? Like,
2 bodies already in the year?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Damn. What?
It's only the 6th.
now, if you're in a relationship, you should only have 1.
No.
Hold up,
I'm
hold
not
up,
talking
hold
about
up,
a relationship.
hold up,
I'm not talking
hold
about a
up.
relationship.
2 separate bodies?
2 separate bodies in 6 days?
2 separate bodies in 6
Hold up.
days.
Where we at? Are we in church or what? What's going on here?
I mean, it's New Year, New You. You should be near church.
Hold up.
I'm not saying I got 2, but I'm
No,
not
I'm
saying.
saying,
of
I'm
course
just
not.
saying though,
Of course
like,
not.
Yeah.
I don't know. 2 bodies already in 6
2
days?
bodies in 6 days.
Listen, all right, look. I guess I can understand if like these 2 bodies are like bodies you was previously like
yeah.
interchanging.
Oh, you
They
talking
were
about
part of the
year?
rotation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That could possibly be.
Like if they was already in a rotation, I guess I could see it. But it's like if you starting off the new
But
year,
what you
with
think
2
about
new bodies?
Okay, but
completely new?
look, let's put it like this.
What's up?
A lot of people like to go out on New Year's.
Uh-huh.
You may throw the Henny goggles on that night. Mm-hmm. You may wake up with something
Yeah.
unexpected, right? It happens.
For sure.
Okay, all right. So look, okay. See, the body that you catch going into the new year,
That's 2018 body.
like to me,
right.
I was gonna say that, Blaze. Like to
that
me,
old body?
I'm gonna count that really a 2018 body.
It's a
because,
grace
like,
period body?
Whoa.
Yeah.
The ball drop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
You're your past
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt on that body because it was kind of like really it was like
If it's a notch on the belt, though.
But if it's a new body
Are we
that you met at a party, you know what I'm saying? So y'all met when the ball dropped at 3 a.m, y'all back to the room.
I apologize, but double standards are a real thing. I thought we was talking about for ladies. It's a separate conversation for me. If my niggas is out here with 2 bodies,
Not a problem, right?
Not a problem. Not a problem.
But if my black queens is out here,
Hey, listen.
With 2 bodies,
All I'm gonna say is this:
I'm gonna have to give them the people's eyebrow.
The views of Blaze and Reese are strictly.
Oh no, I'm not shaming them.
Major League.
I don't want any smoke.
That's a major key.
I don't want any smoke with me too.
Oh man, I don't know.
Right, we seen her. We seen what Tawana was.
I built them up though. I want my, my beautiful black queen.
Hey man,
Beautiful black queen.
I don't know.
Hold them in high regard over here.
All I'm gonna say is this: I feel like 2 new bodies in 6 days is kind of wild to me.
It's kind of wild. Jay Wood, what's your take?
Unless you already had that rapport.
I mean, but what, like, those 2 bodies can balance themselves out. What if you go the next 2 months and it's still them 2 bodies? Now you're looking like you still at 2.
But like,
looking good, right?
Hindsight, yes.
But what are we considering?
But today,
new, though? But what
it's
are we considering new?
trash.
Because that's the
New
thing.
is something you haven't hit before.
New is
Because
new.
Because you could have been working on that like throughout the year.
Right, and she gave
you know
it
what
to you,
I
like,
mean?
you know what,
And
I'm
then,
gonna
and
give you
then
something for New
you was
new body, bro. No matter how.
you ran into the moment. You know what I'm saying? You
I'm
ran
not
into the
confused
moment.
about it.
So
Yeah, me either.
it is what it is. I don't want to put too much energy into it, but hey, do what you do. You know.
Hey man, new bodies is new bodies. I mean, if you
So
got,
we ain't shaming 2 bodies though in 6 days.
I'm not.
I mean, listen, but like I'm with you though,
I'm
Reese.
giving you
I'm
a
not.
side eye. I'm being honest
But I'm
with
with you, Reese. I wouldn't even know because I'm not even going to
I'm
ask the
not
question.
asking, yeah.
It's,
And they fucked up your question. They just fucked up your question.
it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Because I really don't.
He
give
didn't
a
say
fuck.
he was asking. He just was saying hypothetically, if you just like, how would you view?
If
2
I was living
bodies
that
in 6
lifestyle,
days?
I wouldn't care. I don't give a damn because I don't. You know what I mean? I've been catching the same body. You know. So you know what I mean? So,
Yes, covered in the blood.
Covered in the blood of Jesus. I'm still
2019.
kingdom living. So you know what I mean? Like, hey.
I ain't.
See, yeah, we're not gonna get started.
Yeah.
Real nigga talk right now, bro.
Don't get me in that Duffy.
Yeah,
Stop.
Yeah. Don't make me.
You gonna drop them grown man bars and something you gotta deal with.
It's coming. Pause. Let's move on.
So I definitely got a question, and I was at a party, you know what I'm saying, and the topic came up.
Mixie Dave.
I was definitely being
Of
mixed.
course she was at a party.
Shout out to Mika, you know what I'm saying. She
Shout out Mika.
Mika show love, you know what I'm saying. I was at a party, so the question came up: would you smash somebody, or if you know anybody that smashed somebody with a deformity?
Trav, you in your
Like
different type of bag already.
like a deformity, like
You on your own.
But hear me out.
You on your own, King.
Hear me
I
out.
seen this picture of this girl on Instagram. She was bad, bro, but she only had 1 arm.
That's what I'm. Okay, but not. I'm
That's
saying
not necessarily
Jay Wood-
deformity.
I seen a
like, to
chick
me.
with 4 fingers.
That's what I'm saying. She had 4 fingers, or she had a little arm or a little leg, but she was still cold.
Little leg, you gonna get hit.
Yeah.
Little leg gonna get hit.
1 little bit?
Yeah, one like you know what I'm saying? Like one leg just shorter than the other, or the arm is a little.
I'd rather the leg than the arm.
or like 3 fingers.
If I had to choose between 3 fingers, a short arm or a short leg, give me the short
Give me the
leg.
red light sign when I'm getting close.
No, some of these niggas is crazy.
Give me the short
Hey,
leg.
listen, Arnez is Euro stepping this conversation. I don't want nothing to do with this.
It's a hypothetical conversation, bro.
Yeah.
It's
I
not-
know it's hypothetical. Listen, I know it's not literal. Like, but even still, I don't hypothetically want to indulge in this.
You said 4 fingers.
She had 3 fingers.
Okay, 3 is different. 3 or 4.
Like,
Three is like- that's
three like this.
Mutant or some shit like.
Like a Ninja Turtle.
yeah, Jay Wood like a Ninja Turtle.
I'm not hitting the mutant.
But she was cold. But she was cold.
You can't be cold with 3 fingers.
Like, damn, that
can't.
grip is tight.
You can't be cold with a little arm.
You can be cold with a little arm.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you up. Back when I was in high school, I was playing basketball with this cat, right? And I'm dropping dimes to him, right? Dropping dimes, but he could never catch the ball cleanly. I was like, why can't he just catch my
OG
assist?
nigga, you about to is OG Bill?
Nah.
Okay, my nigga, shout out Bill. Hey, the listeners know they know who I'm talking about.
And he had the shorter joint, you know what I mean? The shorter arm pause.
Good pause. Yuck.
Thanks, repauser.
Right. After you already said.
Yeah, that's that pause.
How you
Clearly.
do?
Same energy in 2019, I see.
I'm just saying, man, like, She got a little leg though, Reese. Like
off of the 3 options that you gave, like I don't want to, like Dad said, I don't want to have to indulge in any of it. But if I had to, if I was made to pick,
he over here losing his marbles.
Hey, and that's the thing too. Like now we doing all this laughing. Y'all might want to break the measuring tape out and make sure that both legs are the same size. Like everybody got something shorter. You know what I mean? Like that's the.
I'm talking about like ridiculous shorter though, bro.
Noticeable,
like a limp.
Right? Yeah, like you're talking about noticeable.
Yes. Yes.
Hold on. So like she just hopping along with her joint.
Like sometimes she might have to carry a crutch with her to bounce it out.
But she was
It's a
bad.
filthy bag right now.
I'm
man.
not.
What's going on?
It was a conversation that came up, and I was like,
How
I'm
does
gonna
that
ask my
conversation get brought
guys.
up? Like,
Switch it up.
yeah.
Hey man,
And
y'all funny man.
Do remember?
So ladies, I want the ladies. Would y'all hit somebody with dude that had the bag, but everybody just got a little arm?
The ladies have done it. I've seen ladies hitting retarded niggas and all kind of shit.
Like A-Town or Webbing.
Right. Hey, A-Town was out here making videos with hoes, like, and he was a mutant for real. They was what's old boy's name? Welvin the Great.
Welvin the Great.
Yeah, man, like come on.
Yeah.
So, again, what Blaze calling my black queens, like we gotta do better.
You gotta do better for the 19. Because I think the ladies are still savages. I just think it's gonna get worse out here for the 19.
it only gets worse before it gets better.
It's gonna get worse. Do y'all think like ladies be having like a favorite nigga besides their boyfriend?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Of course, that's human nature almost. Like,
yeah.
We don't want to dive into that too much. Because
Yeah,
again,
we
we're
don't.
kingdom living around here. Like,
please.
we don't
Yes.
want to open up that
Yes.
bag or that can of worms.
Please
but,
don't. Please don't.
Yeah, we know about it. Like, we just, as long as you keep it respectful.
Yeah.
We may not be the favorite nigga. You know what I mean? But
Word.
I don't wanna
let's keep
know
it respectful.
if you blame me.
Please don't let it show.
Let's just keep it respectful. That's all.
Cause my heart
Can't take it anymore.
Oh man, yeah. I was having a conversation with a young lady about that, and she, what I'm saying, she said that.
He was in a filthy bag.
Hey
bro.
man, I be having these
So,
conversations.
hold on, you talking to a young lady about it, she said what?
That she had a favorite nigga, but then she had her boyfriend.
Yeah, see, that's wild.
Ooh.
The fact that
You know
she's
what I'm
even
saying?
comfortable to admit that to you, that show you how
It's a
wild
dirty
the ladies
game, man.
get.
That's why you got to
know what
count
I'm
your
saying?
blessings, man. You got to
Yeah.
send prayers up to the Most High, man, and
Fellas, if you found you a good one,
hug your
do
queens,
what you gotta
man.
do.
Hug your queens, treat them right, man. Send them texts, let them know that they pretty every day.
Yeah, man,
You
because
gotta, you know what I mean. You gotta do the.
They favorite nigga is doing that.
You gotta do
know
the
what
little
I'm
things
saying?
that
Come
you
on,
did
let's
in the
move
beginning.
on, man. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's
Like,
move on. Woo!
Y'all trying to run to these topics real fast, bro.
We ain't running
Y'all
through.
running from it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So
Euro.
Euro that. Okay. Yeah, I am going to switch
Next
topics
thing I
real
wanna know,
quick.
do we got a favorite? You know what I mean? So we don't want to have them conversations.
All right, one more thing about the ladies. I'm at the ladies' neck tonight.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? This is definitely for my guy Reese. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to know.
Let me look at the
And this is
Google
for the
book
ladies
to see
too.
what's
This is
on
for the
there.
ladies too. I'll put the question out there. If you meet a person, like you meet a young lady Reese or something, and she says, "I got a lot going on," what is your first thought?
She's going through some things.
I mean, I think a lot going on is code word for I got a nigga. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
that's definitely code word for I got a nigga, I got a baby dad, I got a.
And we're kind of going through some things.
But
But
you can still get this box.
Yeah, but
If you catch it in the right moment,
it's you
'Cause
know,
she's going through-
things are on the rocks. It can go either way.
Going
It can
through
go
some
either
things.
way. You know, if you play your cards right, it could go in your favor.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But ladies too, like ladies, our ladies, female listeners, you know what I'm saying? If you meet a nigga and he be like, I got a lot going on, I wonder what y'all first thought is. Like,
This nigga ain't about shit.
this nigga ain't about shit. He probably got baby mama
I think it's
drama.
similar. I think
Yeah, it's similar.
I think it's very
They
similar.
still want the smoke. They still want the smoke.
Yeah.
They gonna say this nigga ain't shit, but they still want the smoke.
Chimney.
Young Chimney. I was thinking about that too. Like, man, you mean motherfucker, and they said they got a lot going on. You got to prepare yourself
the
mentally,
thing-
like
So,
how you want to handle that
Every
situation.
now and then, though, you'll come across a real one and they'll hit you with the I got a lot going on, but they'll also, you know, follow that up with an explanation. Like it could be personal shit with work, you know, kids, school, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, you gotta respect that if they're open and, you know, transparent enough to let you know what exactly is going on. Cause like sometimes a lot going on can be bullshit for, you know, chick just don't want to hurt your feelings. You know what I mean? Like I ain't trying to fuck with you.
I ain't trying to fuck
with you. I got a lot
like
going
that.
on. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Oh, hopefully that's the case.
Niggas got to learn how to catch some signals. You know what I mean? You could tell when a chick into you when she feeling you. Like you ain't got to keep beating down her DMs or blowing up her texts. Like you'll know if she feeling you. Like so, if you get that I got a lot going on, you might want to fall back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You got to learn how to read signs and signals and pay attention. Like Reese said back in the day, you got to go through their IG. Yeah. They got a bunch of memes. It ain't it. It ain't it. It ain't it.
She hurt.
It ain't it. All right. Switching topics. Y'all. So you know Kanye been doing this rant shit. I think everybody canceled Kanye out. Yeah.
We canceled Kanye?
Yeah.
I just been Euro stepping Kanye. Like, I ain't
He's deleting tweets a lot right now. Like I'm not even catching.
I feel like he just tweeting.
So my question, and I definitely need Jay Wood's opinion on this. I need Blaze's opinion on this. With Kanye saying that he has all these mental issues, right, or mental health issues or whatever, do you think it's fair for them to bring another child into that environment because, you know, they about to have another surrogate kid? You know what I'm saying? Kanye and Kim. Mm-hmm. They about to have another.
She's not even popping them out now.
No. Their last kid was surrogate too. So
I was wondering where that third kid came from.
Yeah, their last kid was surrogate.
You got the bag. They're like, oh no, we ain't tearing this body up.
Yeah. So how do y'all feel about Kanye bringing another child into that toxic environment per se?
If you can handle it, I mean, like that's his plate. You know, I never look at what another man is, you know, eating on his plate. You know, if he can handle it, you know, regardless of the mental shit, I'm not in a position to say if a nigga should be having kids or not. You know what I mean? Like that ain't for me to judge. But
right, and he changing the kid's life too.
You know what I mean? Like that kid is going to be a lot, well off. You know what I mean? Than a lot of kids. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know, as far as all the extra shit he doing. That's some bozo shit, but
that's my concern.
When it comes to the kids and all that, like I ain't really got too many comments on that. Like
bringing somebody into a toxic environment. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they can protect the kids probably better than most people can.
We don't know necessarily how toxic that environment is. We just know off of the bullshit he's tweeting. Like we do know that, you know, they up in the Calabasas hills and
living,
you know what I mean, and everything is accessible. You know, and from the outside looking in, you know, Kim Kardashian, she seems to be in a good space. You know, now that whole Bruce Jenner shit is still kind of wild. You know what I mean to me, but again,
you gotta be careful.
Who am I? You know, to judge that. You know what I mean, but that's just a preference of mine. Like I wouldn't. It would be an issue for me. You know. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to offend
yeah. I feel what
that
you're
community, but
I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, Kanye need to get himself in order, man. Like, he needs some type of help. Or maybe it's just all a troll and he just don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I never want to say that somebody is playing around when they're saying that, you know, they have you know, mental issues or what may have you going on. But I do kind of feel like that was kind of like the play last year is like, you know, just like people saying that he had mental stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Just an easy go-to, like,
you know, and I don't want to seem insensitive to, you know, the people that really do have that going on,
struggling with the mental health.
But I feel like if Ye really has that going on, I don't feel like I'm with Reese. Like I don't feel like we can really be like, oh, well, it's not fair for you to bring a kid into this. You know, I do feel like if Ye does really have mental issues going on, he needs to go seek some real professional help because like we don't know, but you know,
we don't know.
You know, we don't know if he's already doing that, but
hopefully
you know,
he is.
hey, you know, to each his own. You know, if that's what they choose to do, that's what they choose to do. But I don't really feel like we can really say he shouldn't or he should.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that.
No, I mean, it's a valid question, but that's one thing I hope and pray that people haven't been using that as a ploy, and I kind of feel like in 2018, like that was kind of like the thing. Like
it was
everybody, you know, everybody was coming out with it, but which could be true though. You know, I mean, because I feel like a lot of people do deal with some type of mental health, and
it's important to get.
It's easy to disguise it. It's easy to hide it. It's easy to, like, because like no one really wants to talk about it because, you know, you don't want to let people into your business, and you don't want to, you know, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of reasons on why people don't really speak on it. So I do think it was dope last year that a lot of awareness was put into it, and I hope we keep that same type of energy in 2019. But I do hope and pray that people aren't using that as a ploy or, you know, whatever you want to call it, to promote something or use that as a scapegoat to do some bullshit.
Facts. I definitely agree with that. So I don't know. I was just thinking about that, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But I understand, like, somebody was telling me, like, oh, they got nannies, they got, you know, other people around that can help raise that kid.
Yeah, I mean, the resources are unlimited.
Yeah, the resources.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's not like a regular person, right?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? They got
born in the ghetto and
you know what I
in
mean?
the hood and no father in the house.
Right.
Yeah.
There's definitely a crazy support system there.
Yeah. All right, so switching topics again, and Blaze was real funny for this. He had put in the chat that he used to look like the nigga from Immature.
Hey, that was funny when Blaze said that.
LDB. So I was just thinking, like, you know, with that say, you know, B2K going back on tour, right? They basically doing a, what was it, Scream tour or whatever without Bow Wow?
It's like a Millennium tour.
Yeah, the Millennium tour or whatever.
Yeah, it's like they on it. The Yin Yang Twins, Chingy.
Yeah, that's a wild line.
Pretty Ricky on it.
Pretty Ricky on it. Yeah.
First of all, was y'all B2K fans?
No.
It was a little bit after
I was an Omarion fan.
Yeah,
I respected what they did, but I'm not.
B2K
but I wasn't
too kiddie. That was like,
I really wasn't into that type of music.
I feel like you still should have been kind of
now
in that age bracket.
I was in the age. That's what I'm saying. I was into that age bracket, but that wasn't what I was into. Like, and it's kind of crazy. I know this is kind of off subject, but I was kind of thinking about like the TRL era, right? Like that was a wild era of music, bro. Because you had your pop stars, you had your mega rap stars,
Eminem.
You had alternative music was on a crazy rise. Rock music was on a crazy rise. And it really was. It was like big stars in every genre, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you got that TRL look, you was getting bags.
That's when labels was really putting bags
but
behind
that's because that's when records was really selling.
Right.
So you really had to get that. If you really wanted to move units, you had to get on TRL.
Physical units.
Yes, physical.
Because think about any rapper that really moved units in that time. They was on TRL. Chingy, I mean not Chingy, but Nelly.
M, Pimp, Juice,
Nelly,
Nas.
J, M. They all was heavy on X, Diddy, Ja. Like they all was heavy on TRL.
Speaking of B2K, I mean you just said Diddy. That bump was definitely a jig. I love that record. I get busy with. That's really the only B2K record that I've ever liked.
And Jay,
I was about to say Jay destroyed that beat.
It was
wasn't the
partly
same
what Jay did, but I just Diddy bopping
all
through
the energy.
The video. You know that was, you know what I mean.
And Diddy's a smart motherfucker. He gonna find a way on the song.
Going down. That's what Jay
anything that's popping, Diddy gonna find a way to get a check out of it.
So y'all was a Marcus Houston's fan?
Nah. He had a couple records.
Yeah.
He had some records.
That record with Joe Budden was crazy.
Clubbing? I hated that record.
What?
We know who wrote that. We'll save that.
Ooh.
We'll save that.
I didn't know he wrote that.
It makes sense.
His pen is all over that.
It makes sense.
It makes all the sense in the world.
He wrote every record in that era. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
We're going to get there.
No, but I hate it. I hate it because, you know, I want MC Joe. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like.
No, but that makes sense though. That was a mean record.
Hey, that record was mean. But
Marcus Houston
had a couple records.
Yeah,
I won't front on him.
Stone Cold Stunner real quick.
He did.
He
did.
Oh, yeah, he did. I did not expect that. But,
I wasn't expecting that either.
So
but it makes sense when you go back and listen to it.
Before we go back to that topic,
we won't be listening to that anymore, though.
I was thinking about no, you know what's my shit? By Immature though was That Never Lies shit.
I ain't hip to that.
I mean, I don't remember the records. I just know that I look like the nigga LDB.
That shit was fire.
Give us a sample.
Yeah,
go ahead, Trav.
But I was also thinking, since we're gonna talk about Oh boy,
we ain't even addressing his name yet.
Yeah, but
Sylvester,
definitely Sylvester. Yeah. Chris Stokes.
Yeah, he
Yo, saying he's next.
That might be next.
He's probably right now getting his
legal team together.
His legal team together, but he's probably also trying to get what's it called when you
what, the NDAs?
The visa when you actually apply to be a citizen of another country. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be on that party right now, on that boat trying to do that. Hey. You know what I mean? Like, if it's true, allegedly, you know what I mean? But
the Chris Stokes shit's...
I would be knocking on Raz B's door like, you got to come outside, my nigga. Like, shit you saying, like...
Raz B got him looking funny like right now.
we gotta talk.
But Raz B he's been doing this for years though. This ain't new, bro.
But for as long as we heard about Old Boy, we've heard crazy stories about.
Let's go ahead and just like, what are we doing?
We're gonna get there.
I always thought it was crazy that Marcus Houston and Omarion lied about being brothers, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, well, that's what the industry was back then. Niggas lied about their age.
Oh, they not brothers?
No.
Niggas lied about.
They not half brothers. They not step brothers. None of that shit.
They just was the stars. I mean, like that was part of their storyline. Like they tried to like.
That was their jig. They said that was their blueprint.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that was crazy to me. Like,
and it was masterminded by Chris Stokes, the label and all them.
Yeah, them niggas lied the whole time.
It was like they had the same jig. The jig was you got people that chicks is gonna love. It's only one singer, period. Right. Like, them niggas ain't even doing background vocals.
Was the same form. I mean, like, all that shit, if you look at it, like...
They're not even doing background vocals.
Yeah.
They not singers at all?
Nigga, what?
They just cutting the check 3 ways. That's it. And their cut probably wasn't...
They was just like dancers,
basically. They was image.
Worse than that, every now and then, Romeo would get a verse. As they got older, they start to develop. But I don't think LDB, like, he may have talked on 1 or 2 records ever. He wasn't even in a group. Like, I was just watching House Party 4 the other day.
It was a little Asian kid.
It was a little Asian kid, right? You know what I mean? Like, so that them members is replaceable. Like, you could swap niggas just in and out of that. You know, slot them like.
It's so crazy, like how many like groups, like how many labels try to emulate like the B2K formula. You know what I'm saying? Remember Diddy tried to B5.
B5.
What was the one little niggas, man?
Groups is out of here though.
Yeah, there was another group of like little niggas that was trying to like they was like
so for real. I mean they.
I mean that was before.
Like, you talking about during that era? B2K?
During that, yeah.
Didn't Michael Jackson have some
Bobby
his
Valentino
nephews?
was in the group.
Mister.
Yeah. You know.
They have Blackberry Molasses.
Great record.
Nigga, that shit was super fire. But yeah, I think in my opinion.
Mindless Behavior. Remember them little niggas?
I do.
They was popping off for it. Yeah, they was recent.
One Park, man, like, if you made it...
What was their hit record, Des?
Huh?
What was the hit record for Mindless Behavior?
Man, I forget what the song was.
Put them in one of the streaming. It'll probably be the #1 record for whatever their #1 record is.
Mindless Behavior. But
Miss Wright? Was that it? Was that the one that popped off for him?
I can't give you no.
But I think you cannot do a Robert Kelly story without doing a Chris Stokes story. You gotta expose these motherfuckers.
The thing is with Chris Stokes, though, like Chris Stokes, everything right now with Chris Stokes is alleged. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't been in no trial.
Nothing.
Yeah, it was
no charges have been brought up. So everything is he say, she say with that. So I mean, he still got a leg to stand on. You know what I mean? Because I mean, unless
they took some wild pictures together too, bro.
Yeah, they had the niggas in the bed and they drawers and shit. Like, but that was the industry, man. Like the industry was always gonna sell you sex, even if it was at the account of a young boy or a young girl. You know what I mean? Like sex sells, and that's what the industry is, and that's what it still is to this day.
Britney Spears, her whole little when she first came out.
You know what I mean? Like we live in the sick. It's sick.
It's
you know what I mean?
Bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at these pictures.
Yeah, them pictures is wild. Like, and I know they look back like that's the type of shit where they got to live with that shit forever. Like, it's never going nowhere.
Never,
you know
nigga.
So,
the internet is forever.
And that's probably why there's so much turmoil there. And this tour is probably only going to last 2 weeks.
We're doing this,
but also too, but because they beefing right now.
Yeah, B2K, right?
Yeah.
I thought.
Well, Raz B already said fuck B2K. He ain't doing the tour.
But was that an old video?
I think that might be. Oh, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's been on this Chris Stokes rant for a minute.
Yeah.
But
and Pretty Ricky ain't holding up good either. Like they all.
But is it Fizz?
Fizz is fucking with Marion's girl now.
Yeah.
They said he friends with her or some shit. April.
Yeah.
Look at this picture.
See, that one ain't nearly as
Yeah,
bad as what
and that's what I was trying to, because, like, you know, Wink is all ginked up for the tour. I'm like, Wink, I'm going to be honest, I don't even think this tour is going to crack off.
Yeah.
Like, it's
And
too
them
much.
tickets was
You
like
might get
dummy.
the first couple nights. Them niggas is going to get lucky. I don't know what cities they in, but, you know, if Columbus or Cincinnati, Cleveland, wherever they come into is in the middle, like, yeah, you might want to not get your tickets until a couple days before the show.
Man. It's going to be rough.
So, I mean, we might as well address the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? Everybody here watched the R. Kelly, at least one or two. What is the 6 hours? 6 hours.
I watched the whole thing, man.
All 6 hours, and I watched them again. Like, the shit was wild.
First of all, I want to say this. Like, there was a hashtag on Twitter, man, called Hooping with R. Kelly. And that shit had me weak at all the stories about niggas hooping with R. Kelly. They said that his security guards would miss shots on purpose, or, you know what I'm saying, like, wouldn't play defense and let this nigga score. Like, whole bunch of funny
I saw one where they said, like, he was calling fouls on his own teammates, like, and he was shooting free throws, like, but it was his own team. Like,
in a pickup.
He was shooting free throws in the pickup game.
Yeah, man, I heard some wild shit about R. Kelly hooping too.
Yeah.
They said he could hoop though, you know, and they said he used to hoop with Mike every now and then.
Yeah,
you know, he got it in with the GOAT. So
yeah, man. But yo, this nigga, my take on watching it. We've always heard stories about R. Kelly, right? We seen the tapes, we hear stories, we hear over the years, right? I mean, it's like 20 years in. What really got me, and I know I'm late, and I know a lot of people canceled R. Kelly years ago, blah, blah, blah. Once you sit and watch something for 6 hours, no matter what it is, good or bad, but this is ultra bad, and they beat that shit in your head, it's like, there's no coming back from that. You know what I'm saying? It's 6 hours worth of people talking about this man being a monster. He's destroyed. Like, in my opinion and my views, like, I know everybody canceled him a long time ago, but seeing it for 6 hours in a row is, like, that many allegations that can last 6 hours, man,
I think
that's just unbelievable.
I don't want to say everybody killed, because there's still a lot of people defending.
There's still a lot of
people that still.
I mean,
I seen women defending him.
Like, you got to understand, like,
after this,
R. Kelly's impact is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, there's no denying, you know, the talent and what he meant, you know, to the genre and, you know, to music, period. So, I mean, you're going to come across a lot of people that may be torn, conflicted on, you know, what side to stand on. What the documentary did for me, I mean, it put a lot of things into perspective. Because when a lot of that shit, you know, first broke or happened, you know, we was kids, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't really understand, you know,
the magnitude of
it, how serious it was. The Aaliyah shit was always, you know, like the first, you know,
what a number.
Well, just Kel's being involved with her, period. You know what I mean? Like, I could see now, you know, looking back, how I was able to overlook it because, like I said, again, I was a kid. And me not really, this is back when the industry just lied so much. Like, I didn't know Kels was 27, 28 years old when, you know, Aaliyah was, 15, 14 years old. Like, no clue. Like,
yeah, and the industry lies about ages.
That's the thing, and that's part of the reason why the industry has been lying about ages forever, because a lot of this shit been going on. But that's not to excuse anything Kels did. Like, after seeing all 6 hours of that, my opinion, you know, is that Kels, not only is he a sick man, you know, but it's mental shit as well. You know what I mean? That's going on.
It's a disease to me.
Yeah, disease. Like, whatever you want to classify it as, I think Kels will fall under, you know, any of them categories. It's sad, you know what I mean? Like I said, like, I ain't even ashamed to admit, like, the last 2 hours of it, I was, like, crying off that shit, like, just knowing what type of person he is. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, when you hold somebody in a regard, in a light, and then it gets broke down to you who they really are, like, you know what I mean? Shit it fucks you up. You know what I mean? Like I said, let's tackle the subject. You know what I mean? There's so much shit I want to say about it. You know what I mean? I don't want to just sit here and just, like, go on and on. I want to hear what everybody got to say, but you know, just my summary of it is that the shit was insane. Like not even the allegations, the proof and the shit that was showed and documented.
The first 2 days,
it blew my mind.
Bro, the first 2 days, I'm still like, I've been hearing this since I was a kid.
Yeah.
When it got to that third day,
the third day fucked me up. I couldn't
like,
even sleep.
All right,
Yeah.
I can't do it no more.
Can't do it no more. It's like, like you said, Jay. Like you've been hearing it, so it's like, and then all the jokes that the piss on you, the Dave Chappelle,
low key your
it's
whole
like,
life.
oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with Kels like that anyway.
Right.
But then when you start seeing what he did, like, again, when it's 6 hours and it's beating to your head like that, and you really...
do y'all remember that time when I Believe I Can Fly came out? Like, they was really singing.
I remember that shit broke through on MTV and everything.
Nigga, my principal used to play that every day on the intercom in middle school. Like, that's how we started off the day.
And now to put the story behind it of, oh, girl, what's her name? I want to get her name right. Is it Lizette? Who she said the song was about her?
I thought it was the...
oh, no, that's You're Not Alone. I'm sorry. Yeah, man, like...
Yeah, Kels is... I don't know.
The thing that fucks it up for me, like, that just, like... Because this type of shit that Kels has performed and what he's doing, like, you know, this is lasting. Like, you know what I mean? This ain't no shit you just shake and get over with. As you can see from the documentary, 20 years later, these women are still scarred, fucked up, like... You know, it carries over into other generations. Like, you may have kids and, you know, you may pass a trait down from the abuse that you took because of that situation into your kids. And it looks like, you know what I mean? Like I said, and this is my views. Like, I don't want nobody, you know, trying to put this on nobody. But it looks like, you know, some of the shit that Kels did, you know, with him being a fucked up individual, it looks like...
Somebody did that to him?
Well, I mean, of course, it's clear that somebody did it to him. But I'm saying it looks like some type of gene or just, like, some different shit done rolled off and trickled down into his kids. You know what I mean? Like, to where it's affecting his family. Now, I know he don't have a relationship with him, but I'm just trying to point out, like, the domino effect.
Which is wild in itself. My fault, I didn't mean to cut you out, Reese. But it's just like, listen to that. Like, you got children. You brought children into the world. Yeah. You don't have no relationship with your children. You know what I'm saying?
His daughter was on the last album.
Yeah, he has a relationship with her. Like, but I think the other two is, like, estranged. Like, you know, not really fucking with him, and rightfully so. Like I said, I'm here to cancel everything about Kels. You know, that's me personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know the backlash is gonna be people gonna say, "Oh, y'all late to the party." Like, we've been canceled.
So
Kels.
what? Yeah.
Like,
so what?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was you. Like, and again, to me, I just been hearing the stories for years.
Bro, the details got more vivid. Like,
Yeah,
we knew our whole life.
And I understood them more being older
Mm-hmm.
compared to when I was a kid.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, when I was seeing parents separated from their kids, that's when I was like, oh, that shit hurt.
And that's what I was gonna say to kind of backtrack what Reese was saying. You know, like y'all said, the first 2 days, a lot of these stories, like, we heard, we might have read about on the internet, whatever the case may be, but. At the time, we were young ourselves,
kids,
so like you don't really process all the details when you're reading it, right? You know what I mean? And things like this, like documentaries and stuff. Like, when you watch a film, it's always different from, like, reading it. Like, reading it and watching a film always brings, like, a different perspective to it, right? So, like, watching the first 2 days, it was just like, it fucked me up because it's just like, damn, you know what I mean? Like,
you got to relive it. That's
yeah,
another
right,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm really processing this stuff. Like, man, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And then, like Jay said, so then once you get to parts 3 and 4, that's when you really just, like, it just really just took me out. You know what I mean? But really, the end got even crazier. I feel like as it progressed, he got even crazier.
Yeah,
with his antics.
Get away with more.
You know what I mean? And just really just to hear all these stories of these different women. And just seeing how, like, there's like a lot of this stuff is 15, 16, however many years old. They're still affected by this.
It's crazy. They kept showing, what's that, the Colorado room or whatever?
Yeah.
Bruh, I remember that room.
Right.
That's where the tape was.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, and so it really, and like, it kind of like, triggers something into me because it's just like, you know what I mean, I got nieces, you know what I mean, my homies got daughters, granddaughters, you know, you feel what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn, like that could have been one of them.
Bro,
You feel me?
Bedroom.
You know what I mean? Like that could have been one of them.
Sick.
And honestly, man, it's like I feel like, you know, we hone in on like him preying on children, but like sexual abuse happens to adults as well, as you've seen later on in the film. It's just like we kind of like focus on just like the youth, right, the minors. But just because a person is an adult, that don't mean that.
And I seen so many people, you know, killing the adults, like,
right.
And we're not in a position to do that. Like, what Kells did, obviously, is, you know, he preyed on those that was weak-minded. You know what I mean? So you got to understand, like, and I think this more so is for women, and this is why Kells is able to get away with it. Like, women are more enamored by stars, whereas guys aren't. Like, we're not going to see a Nicki Minaj.
I'm about to say, you said it all the time, Reese. Yeah.
We're not going.
They're not pulling us out the crowd.
You know what I mean? Like, well, I mean, they're not. I'm not even talking about that, but I'm just saying, like, it's not going to be like to where, oh my God, that's Nicki. Like, whatever you want me to do, I do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If it happened, it happened. But we're not going to follow her state. Now, you got some people that will maybe do that, but for the most part, guys aren't going to go through that like what a female would do, and that's what makes this shit so much worse, is that Kells played on that.
Right.
Yeah,
knowing I'm this superstar, you know, and I know that you're in all of me.
Right. You hear the girl saying, like, he told me take this off. She like, who am I?
Who am I? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, of course.
And that's what happened.
Right. And that's what, you know, it's like coming into this, like I was preparing myself for this podcast, right? You know, and it's like, you know, I want to be careful with the things that I say because, you know, not because I'm in, you know, I'm judging the victims, right? I don't,
right?
Yeah,
definitely don't want to.
But also too, like, you know, the people that was enabling R. Kelly, right, to make this stuff happen, right? Like that's the stuff that was really bugging me. That's the stuff that was really bugging me out too, right? But then also too, it's kind of like it's easy for us to judge because we're not in those positions, right? And I feel like some of the things that people are failing to realize, and not saying that I'm excusing their behavior because I'm not whatsoever, but you got to think a lot of these people are employed to him. He's changed their lives. You feel what I'm saying?
And another thing too, Des, to play off of that, what we also got to realize too, this was in the 90s when the industry was that. You know what I mean? A lot of this shit was going on, not just like Kells is just the mega star, but this industry has always been older guys dealing with younger women.
And it's still that.
And it's still
that.
I'm going to take it a step further and say it's never been taboo in the black community.
Never.
It's never been taboo.
Never. You know what I mean? Like
it's
you said,
always,
we've all been
your grandfather's always been wow older than your, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And a lot of that shit stems from the South. Now, they're not from the South, but a lot of these people who migrated to these different areas, Chicago, New York, you know what I mean? Like, that's where it stems from. And again, I'm not trying to excuse Kells at all.
Right. So, but to kind of just go back to what I was saying, you know, so when I was like this, like kind of like trying to break this stuff down in my own mind, I'm just like, yo, it's easy for us to watch the screen and be like, how could you do this? How could you do this? But it, you know, when you're not in that position, right? It's easy to be like, because like you said, you know, a lot of these people, he's paying them crazy salaries.
And this is when he was on top of the game,
right? You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, yo, do I? Like I said, I'm not. I don't really know how to word it, man, because I don't want to seem insensitive, but it's just like, but I kind of hate when people are quick to judge. You know what I'm saying? Because we all, and like I said, I'm not excusing what they did, but it's easy to sit back and be like, well, how could y'all let this happen? How can y'all let this happen?
When you look at it like that, that's what makes it so crazy for me, because I don't know if I'm giving Kells too much credit, but it's almost like Kells know, all right, I got all these people on my payroll, and I'm affecting their families and their families. I know they're going to do this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. He wasn't doing it by himself.
You know what I mean? So that's what even makes me look at Kells in such a crazy different light. It's like, Now we know he wasn't the brightest, but damn, it's like who's the mastermind? You know what I mean? This was like, I even went like after watching episodes 5 and 6, I couldn't sleep thinking that my initial thought was like, Kel's probably done killed somebody before. Right. You know what I mean? Like I'm like he came off as a serial predator. Like
facts.
And that's
like he done choked somebody
I really
out
believe it.
Him.
Like he done it's body somewhere. You know what I mean? Like the shit bugged me out.
Yeah, man.
Like,
it was a tough watch, man, and it definitely it kind of struck a lot of emotions out of me.
Yeah.
And then there was even things that was going on with it. It kind of like made me like think about certain instances, not with me personally, but like just certain situations where I've seen homies not necessarily prey on young girls, but you kind of be in tough positions, right? Yeah. You kind of be in situations where, you know, I know there's been times where I've been in certain places. I've seen homies messing with chicks, and it, not saying that they're underage, but it's still not a
mentality is not matching up.
Yeah, the situation still wasn't good situation, right?
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about older dudes dating younger chicks.
But I'm not even talking about older dudes dating young chicks. The ages match, but the state that the young lady might be in, just whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like all this stuff kind of balls into one. You know what I mean? And there's been situations where I've had to disassociate myself with people because I can't condone that. I can't get down with that, bro. Right. Like I've never been that pressed for sex where I gotta take advantage of a young lady mentally, physically, whatever the case may be. Like I can't. You know what I mean? I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect, right? I'm not gonna act like I've never been in situations where before you go. And I don't want, you know, and like I've never done nothing to that extent, but you know, I've played chicks, right? Like I've done, you know, I haven't had the best relationships with women. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like I've never took it to that extent. Because I wouldn't be able to sleep with myself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. But and again, like I said, like in no way am I trying to excuse nothing that took place or, you know, make myself look any type of way. Like, but I can even admit, you know what I mean? Like I hate to say it, like we came from that era, like of the trains being ran, like, you know what I mean? The groupies at an all-time high and shit, you know, whether it be on a local level or a star, like that's the era that we come from. Yeah. You know, I'm not proud of it at all. Have a girlfriend. You know what I mean? But I've been around, I've been at the houses where a girl is there and she know what it is. She there to get busy with the crib. Like I've been there.
I've been there and I've had to exit the building.
You know
I can't,
what I mean? Like
that shit. That's too wild, bro.
I'm not proud to even admit no shit like that, but
it's the reality of the situation.
That's the era that we come from. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fucked up era. Yeah. You know what I mean? Looking back on it, you know, hindsight, you like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what was we thinking?
What was we thinking?
You know, but then also, we wasn't in this heightened era like we are now with social media and everybody being able to report shit. And that's the thing with Kels, too. Like, news was coming out monthly, once a month. You know what I mean? Like, now the shit that Kels is doing, like, it can be broadcasted every 10 minutes, you know what I mean? Like, so that's why he was able to mask this shit for so long, because
like he held up his court case for
6 years.
6 years.
That's crazy. 6 years.
That's fucking crazy.
And
like she was an adult when she finally took the stand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and we all know that Kels was illiterate, you know, can't read or write, but that just shows how much he was worth to the industry to be able to drag this shit out like this. You know, to be able to put these plays together from a dude that can't read or write. You know what I mean? To be able to...
That's the industry, baby. Coddling.
And that's when you got to look at everybody in it, like you said. So now we should tackle how did this happen amongst the industry?
And that's my biggest thing is like, we need to get at R. Kelly for doing the sick shit that he did, but we also have to get at the people that enable him to do that. And because the media... And we all know the media can make you or the media can break you. Yeah. And so he didn't become this big star by himself.
Definitely didn't.
The machine. Right? He had the machine.
The machine helped him become this big star on top, you know, at the height of all the wild shit going on.
After marrying a 15-year-old girl forging a certificate saying she was 18, he still went on to catch these other cases, beat that, and still was. We're just 2 weeks ago we called him the king of R&B.
Bro, it take a team to do what he did.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
That's some crazy. What you gonna say, Blaze? You about to say something?
Yeah,
I know. Kels is your guy. Like, how do you feel about it?
Kels is your guy.
Yeah. So let's address. It's so many layers to this.
So many layers.
So many.
It's almost like we could do the R. Kelly show part 2 because it's so many things that's going on here. So to the people that Trav you were talking about, where you say, "Oh, I was done with Kels weeks ago or years ago," whatever the case may be, right? What I say to them is that it's never been broken. Like what you were going off of just was some hearsay.
Right.
When it's in front of your face, like Jay Wood said, when you see the Colorado room, where you're seeing these young ladies, hey, I met him when I was 16. I wanted to be. It's different. It's totally different. It's smacking you in the face. You got.
And the stories was damn near the same every single
visuals
time, bro.
I want to be a star. I brought him to R. Kelly.
My fault, Blaze.
And what I want to say personally, how I feel about Kels is that I feel like Kels was operating on devil type levels.
That's what I feel like. He's the devil.
And if you listening to the trigger words from the show, several of the victims said he was the devil. And it gets, not to go too deep into the situation, but it's like, when you think about it, like the devil being the minister of music, the best, it's creepy on that level.
Hey,
The layers on it is crazy.
And even somebody who, like, I not only know every Kels word, I know every Kels ad lib. And I will never listen to his music again. I listened to I Admit today just because I wanted to see the recap. Because what people don't understand is that if you go back now and listen to the song I Admit that he dropped a couple of months ago, he was responding to this coming out.
Right.
Literally down to the parents that was trying to find their daughter, from the music teacher, from the reporters. He addresses them by name in the song. And me personally, I want to dig into all the layers that's involved, but I can't support somebody who's operating because he can't read. Okay, that's cool. He's a fucking genius though. Like let's be clear. Like
I don't even go.
I'm not using his intellect level as an excuse for him. Is what I'm saying. Like he makes some of the best songs of all time.
Ever.
Like just because he can't read, that doesn't mean anything to me. Like his levels of manipulation is elite. He's an elite manipulator.
Yeah, he's the devil. He's the devil.
That's what the devil do. Like that's how so many people done got tricked out of spots. You know what I mean? Manipulation. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like manipulating somebody is one of the lowest, if not the lowest thing you can do to somebody. Like, because they're putting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And what's that? What are they calling it? They said it on the tape a couple times on the documentary. It started shot the
Stock syndrome.
Stock
syndrome.
Stockholm.
He said his daughter had that.
That's a real thing, man. Like,
yeah, it is a real thing.
And for him to like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just can't respect anybody that's around that allowed that enabled that. And like I said, like I have a serious beef with Kels, but what Dad said earlier, like it's the whole industry. Like I'm looking at niggas who I looked up to musically differently. You know what I mean? Like,
let's say it. Are we looking at Jay different?
I got a list of them here. Like, if y'all got a second, like, I'll tell you all the people that did records with him after all this shit. Like, you got Fat Joe, you got Snoop, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, Usher, Mary J. Blige, Cassidy, Swiss Beats, Puff, Nick Cannon, Ron Isley, The Game, Rick Ross, The Dream, Ty Dolla $ign, Jeezy, Chris Brown, Marvin fucking Sapp, Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like, for these people, because that's the thing, too, like, they're in the industry, so they got a little more knowledge.
Insight,
maybe a little.
Just a tad bit more than what we got. So if we feeling, a way, they got a little more intel than we got. You know what I mean? So I'm like...
It's colleague talk.
But
how could you...
But the main element to his manipulation, and if you listen to I Admit or any of the songs that he's done the past 20 years, is that he knows the shit he's doing is so crazy, it's easy for him to be like, that's not true, y'all. Come on now. Because it's unbelievable.
I think he believes that he ain't really doing no wild shit. Like, cause not only, is he a monster, but like we said in the chat, like Kells has mental issues. Like, this is mental. It's bigger than him just being a sick ass nigga. Like, this nigga is mentally fucked all the way up.
Yeah. Listen, man, this is my thing, right? We can, niggas can put on the front and mask like, oh, you seen the tape, okay?
Yeah. Definitely seen the tape.
That was R fucking Kelly on that tape.
Man, I remember them days.
That was R. But I feel like
I never felt like it was anybody else.
I feel like the tape alone, fuck anything else. I feel like the tape alone was enough
that
proof.
That should close the casket on.
That should make niggas to be like, bro, listen, I understand you might have beat the case, what may have you, but me personally, I can't align myself with you, bro.
So, Des, how did we get past it? Like, how did we, like, how did we get past it?
Step in the name of love.
It
bro, he dropped, bro. He danced his way back into our heart.
It wasn't even that. That was later on. That nigga was dropping, during them 6 years, he was dropping TP2.com. He was dropping heaters.
Don't even name it, because I don't want to reminisce on these.
I feel you. But here's the thing. And that's another thing about the system helping him. He ain't really getting no money from all these performances. So of course they like, oh, we getting all his publishing, we getting all this money from his record sales.
He sold his he don't even own his publishing.
And that's crazy.
That's why you would protect the investment even more.
Right. That's why he's still on the label of RCA, because he's a fucking cash cow. Like Kells, he probably just off of one record writing alone for Michael Jackson or Celine Dion or the Whitney Houston record, he probably could provide for 15 families for the rest of their life. And he had 100 of those.
Yeah.
And that's what's so crazy, bro. It's like, nigga, you did. It makes sense if you can't read and write, but it's just like, nigga, you this musical genius and you don't even own your own music.
So
he said he signed it away. He didn't even know.
Imagine how he was talking to his friends, Trav.
Huh?
Imagine how he was talking to his friends before he rolled out with the Pied Piper shit. Like, watch how I'm about to fuck him up with this one when I throw the mask on him. It was probably a conversation like that before he...
And his friends probably bigged him up. Like, yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be crazy.
You about to take this shit another...
Because they depended on him as...
That's how they eat.
That's how they eat.
How we feeling about Hove and Dame,
man? First of all, Dame lied.
He definitely lied.
Dame definitely lied.
Dame definitely fucking lied. He said, Dame might not have been friends with the nigga. He might not have... Dame was in a video in 2001 and 2004.
But to be honest, like, to keep it fair, dude asked him about Best of Both Worlds and Unfinished Business. Mm-hmm. Dame said he didn't have nothing to do with the tour or those albums. Yeah. Fiesta was on R. Kelly's R project, right?
Yeah, but the remix...
Nah, TP2 wasn't it?
Oh, it's on TP2, Fiesta? Fiesta?
I don't know.
It wasn't on the R.
It wasn't? Okay.
Mm-hmm. The R double.
Dame was definitely doing the Dame dash.
Yeah, he's definitely... But...
And the Twister.
That whole, but that's what I'm saying. That whole Aaliyah triangle there, like, that's where I was more so getting at. I'm super uncomfortable with that now, like, knowing, like, because and even the rumors of Jay allegedly, you know,
Aaliyah, Dame, Kells.
How you gonna be around Kells after this? After your
I'm
girl?
telling you, even if they got enough courage to ask him. Kells was like, man, ain't none of this shit. Like, it's so far fetched that he can just be like, bro, it's not like that's how he did us.
Was actual fact. Like, they had documentation of that. But I remember when the Vibe put the marriage.
I don't know how that got swept up under the rug. So
but Leah already passed by the time
she died in 2001.
But Fiesta, she passed after Fiesta. Or
Aaliyah was there.
Fiesta was 2000. TP2.com.
The remix.
Oh, the remix.
And Aaliyah passed away in 2001. But what I'm saying still, and what Best of Both Worlds come out in 2002. That's a year removed from your girlfriend dying, and you and your main artist Jay, y'all go do a project with this nigga,
right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Best of Both Worlds is like that shit don't exist in my Jay-Z catalog. You know what I'm saying? Like. Unfinished Business is super trash.
But it kind of makes sense, like I said, when all this shit folding like it did is like and crumbling, it's almost like it was so much bad karma around that. Maybe like you don't take advantage of a kid like that and think you gonna prosper off of this. You know what I mean? Like, so this is just me speculating, but it's like maybe that's why that shit didn't work out the way it was supposed to, because you know the intentions behind that wasn't good. Like you didn't do this right. You know what I mean? Like
For sure. So
I can't really blame the artist.
Kells, yeah, man.
Everybody's holding some
Hopefully this
responsibility.
is the last time that we gotta speak on Kells, right? Like, because
I don't think it is, man. I really think
we did
Kells,
a show. We did a show in 2016. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got Kells the fuck up out of here. Then you know what I'm saying? We did it. We talked about the King of R&B last time, and you know what I'm saying? It was. Everybody said it's still Kells, but niggas was like, get Kells the fuck out of here.
He's not the king no more. I can't call him the king.
It's like. Hopefully, this is the last time we got to speak on Kells.
I think it's going to be a bad.
Where it's going to go with him though, moving forward. Like,
I think it's going to be a bad end. I think Kells is going to either like you. I'm in the mind of that he may off himself. He may get killed.
I don't see him.
A lot of people saying that too. Like, that's what.
I don't see him killing himself.
You know, this shit is running every day. Like he gotta.
It's because
he can't go nowhere now.
It's over with.
Yeah.
It's over with. Nobody's touching him.
He can't go anywhere, but. When you look at everything that's going on, bro, like
he can't leave out the house.
He's a narcissist, bro.
They made it different for him now. Though.
He's a narcissist.
Like,
I feel like with a narcissist, like killing himself is the last thing they want to do.
But he's on life support now. Like, where can he go?
And his bank account got to be looking.
Like, I mean, because say Kells show up in your establishment, like you're not touching him. You know what I mean? So he's
for right now, we go see how long they keep the energy.
Yeah.
Because look, bro, we've seen this story before, right?
Not this bad.
I know. We've seen this story before. Listen.
I think the details changed.
It does.
It's a lot of details.
It does. There was a lot of details, but if the pedal if they don't keep the pedal on the gas, right? And he lays low for a minute.
He had to be like 5 to 10 years of him.
Bro, watch.
Yeah, he already
you can't lay low that long. Like you can't.
You might not.
Listen, his music spiked up after this shit.
That's because people want to go.
It don't matter.
They wanted to piece stuff
he's
together.
He's still touring, bro. Hold on,
Des, real quick.
He won't touch another stage in the United States.
Okay, so
Did you get your passport?
Here's the reason why.
Get your shot.
Here's the reason why.
White is in.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Young Mexico.
He's still gonna get
Mex.
the worldwide bags, bro. He's still gonna get the worldwide bags.
But people listening to the music spiking that's natural. That's going to happen.
I wasn't mad at that at all.
I pulled up the first verse to Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
Dog.
I just want to read it real quick. Here I am. There you are. Your eyes are calling me to your heart. All you got to do is knock. I'll let you in. And we will feel the passion that flows within. I gotta go take a shower after reading that.
Yeah, that's filthy.
It's filthy.
Nasty.
Because you know it's coming from him talking about her.
And you know what else is crazy? Like, I don't know if y'all caught that story with Sparkle. The way that she said, like, you better be careful that record that she said Kells wrote. Have y'all listened to the lyrics on that? Mm-hmm. He wrote every lyric on that. He directed the video. Like, and at the end of the video, this nigga had a message saying some shit. Where is it at? There's no such thing as a no good woman. Every no good woman was made no good by a no good man. Like, in Kells, the treatment, the video director, everything is all him. And for him to put this message out there after knowing what you've done to these other girls, not women, to kids.
Yeah.
Kells is going to die. Like, it is a wrap for this man. He will never...
Yeah.
Did you hear him blaze on the first R. Kelly album? She's Got That Vibe.
Yeah,
He like little Nia's got it. Like, nigga, that was before AJ got. It. You know what I mean?
It's so much stuff. There's so many layers, man.
It's
so many things on that documentary that made me like shiver. Like the way he acted with him. Like, you gotta call me daddy. You gotta ask me for permission to go pee.
Got his wife knocking on the
asking for permission to go eat.
To look at me.
Bro, he bust the girl upside her head because she didn't like the Bulls.
Yeah. She said she liked the Cavs. He like, what? You know what I mean? Like, this nigga, man.
That's devil levels right there, buddy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Kells is like the devil. Like nigga said, like that shit.
God, man.
All black room, black walls, black curtains, black bed.
Black Panties album.
Can we make it on what we talk about, man? We never talk about Kells again.
It's gonna be
Or
hard.
we're gonna have to bring some.
I mean, this shit right here.
Whatever the content leaders, we're gonna talk about it.
We ain't gonna run from it. I don't want to talk about it.
I just don't want to talk about it no more, man.
Praising them or bigging them up on nothing.
Nah,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to walk into no establishment and the DJ put that shit on. Like, that's how disgusted I am with Kells, man. Like,
which they won't, because I mean, Kells, it's been quiet for Kells for quite some time anyway.
Where we at?
I don't.
It's been a minute.
I think we're only about 2 hours in, maybe.
You ain't even at.
Hour and 45.
Oh man. So yeah, fuck Kells, and that's that on that.
An hour and 15 minutes in, bro.
That's it. Like, we ain't cooked long enough. Like, hey, but you know,
I do since that I do want to talk about the older men dating younger women. Like, I think that we should definitely address that. And off air, we were talking about certain ages. You know what I'm saying? Combinations of ages. So I want to talk about it. I just want to get the people's opinion. Is a 40-year-old dating a 20-year-old too much?
It's too much. It's too much. Like, it's nothing wrong with it, but me personally, like, you know, because now you got to, like, sometimes you just got to look at yourself and be like, again, like, I'm not, some people may have moms and dads that's 20 years apart. Like, I'm not trying to speak negative about any of that. But when you look at things in the scope, it's like, what do you really want to do with someone 20 years younger than you?
You're not even thinking the same.
You're not thinking the same. Now, once you get 60 and 40, you may be thinking the same.
What if they are thinking the same, though? Like, what if it's like, I don't like putting numbers on it. Like, if you got a mature-ass 24-year-old and she's a wise-ass young lady and the only person she can vibe with is somebody who might be 38.
Don't you got to look at her a little different, too, though? Like,
because she's wise?
No, not because she's wise, but because it's just too many people in this world for...
I don't like putting a cat... Like, I don't like just making it general, just, if 20 and 40 is too crazy.
Yeah, because I was...
Joe Budden, low-key, has that number.
Yeah.
What? Sin is what?
She's 25.
Yeah.
Sin is only 25?
What, Joe? 42?
No, Joe 30,
39?
38, 39. Yeah.
Those numbers is close.
And
damn,
again, I'm guilty of this. I've dated young women. You know, I've messed around with young women before. And I think I'm probably more so just a prisoner of the moment.
More context on that, please. I don't want people to think that you.
No, I said women. Right? I didn't. Yeah, let's never be confused.
Be the
on
fuck
that.
clear.
Yeah, you know.
21.
But hold on, Reese. All right, so look, because there was a movie on this, right? Stella got her groove back. So is it crazy if an older woman dates a younger man?
Not at all.
I mean, that's like the double standards that we live in, or the way shit is set up. Like,
what was that?
I feel like we as men, though, we hunters, though.
What was it? I mean, old dude was like, he was like 20
year difference. But I mean, again, that's a movie. You know what I mean? Like, let's not.
I know, but I'm just saying though. The dynamics of it.
Yeah.
Like, do we see it wild if an older woman dates a younger man?
Yeah.
And it's one, but I feel like it's one of those double standards that
looking
the women
at
win
it
in.
now, because my mind state of when someone younger is trying to date someone, when someone older is trying to date someone younger now, is mainly because you trying to you want to either have like some type of advantage over them, or you want to some tiny bit maybe form of manipulation, or you just control. Like, what's the reason?
I don't feel like always.
No, I'm not saying it's always that, but I'm just saying, like,
I can see you.
What's
I can
your
see your
reasoning
angle.
that you like? Okay, you can't help who you fall in love with or who you get attracted to, but I don't know. It's probably, like I said, I know it's a documentary fucking with me.
So all right. So let me ask you this, Reed. So if you 40, what's the cutoff then? If you
For
40?
me, at 40, I probably couldn't mess with nobody. Maybe 28 and older. It would have to be maybe.
I don't like the way you. I mean, like,
Like,
I think it's a documentary fucking with you.
Like,
I think it's fucking with you because, like I said, like when you grown, and you might have somebody who is just mature enough to handle that relationship, and you don't want to miss your blessing because you got this cap.
But you also grown at 19 though, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could be like somebody could
21 is grown to me.
See, that's what I'm saying. So now we blurred lines now. for you, 21 is grown. Legally, grown is 18, right? And then in certain states, like
17.
where R. Kelly was operating, 17 is the age to consent.
Is that what? Is that why he kept going after 17-year-olds?
That's why.
Okay.
In Chicago's 17.
I
I
didn't
believe
know.
Florida's that same way as well. It's a few states.
California.
Yeah, they got these wild ass
No,
laws.
New York,
and that
New York,
shows you what's so fucking crazy. You know how
But
we live it.
Like I said earlier, I still think it's not taboo in the black community
It's not.
for older men to date younger women, and I think that's generational, and that's been the case. Whether it's right or wrong,
Damn near everybody's grandpa was older than a grandma.
you know what I'm saying?
You know
It's
what I
just, I just think that the black community has so many problems that it never addresses.
And it all started with slavery, and you know that shit. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to go
Yeah,
all there,
that's
but
but
that's where it stemmed from.
you like my OGs used to tell me, like, you know what I'm saying, if you meet a girl from New York that's 21, she's gonna be different than meeting a girl from Columbus that's 21. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the environment they grew up in, they're gonna be way more mature. You know what I'm saying? And I always thought that shit too. Like, so again, with Joe being damn near 40 and Sin being 25, her mentality probably not 25. You know what I'm saying? She probably been around and seen a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know, man.
Another reason why I want to, you know, I would want to have a woman closer to my age, because I mean, I think it just feels better. You know,
I don't think there's nothing wrong with you personally having a preference, though.
Right.
Like, I don't think there's nothing, like, if you just like, you know what, in my dealings, dealing with somebody who's significantly younger than me, we don't have a lot in common, blah, blah, blah. I don't think there's nothing wrong with having a preference. I don't think we should be generalizing.
I don't want to put that out there, like, and I'm not shaming anybody that's even with that or that's currently in that situation. Like Blaze said, like, I think it's more so preference, and then even the documentary, I know it's fucking with me still. You know, we're fresh off of it. But I do think it's somewhat of an issue.
Yeah. Hey, they call Erica Mena and Safari a diet Joe and Sin. I thought that shit was real funny. I was like, oh man, because you know, Sin used to date Erica, and then Joe and Safari was like best friends and shit.
Yeah, see that whole situation.
Yeah.
Mona giving out some good.
I don't know, man. Listen, I mean, I guess I hear where you're coming from, Reese, but I also understand where Blaze is coming from.
Yeah.
But like, right. So I understand the documentary is fucking with me too, right?
Yeah.
And then you know, so like kind of like what Blaze is saying. I can see a freak ass nigga like, well, she was a mature 16-year-old. So you know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying? So like
no such thing.
Yeah, which is why. But I can see a freak ass nigga trying to use that. You know what I'm saying? So I get where you coming from. Me personally, if I am in that situation, I'm 40 years old, 20. I'm not going to go looking necessarily for 20. You know what I'm saying? But who am I to say?
Okay,
I can't fall in love with someone.
And I don't want to lose it, but that was more so my train of thought with that. Like, when you 40, you shouldn't be too many places that you should even be able to meet a 20-year-old. Right. That's why I'm struggling.
I think my thing is this, right? If I'm 40, if I'm hypothetically speaking, if I'm 40 and I'm single, right? I could probably see me entertaining 20, but really taking 20 serious. It would be kind of tough.
But let me ask you this, and let's be honest, like, we all niggas here, we brothers.
Right.
Do we look kind of sick being 40 and we're somewhere where we're able to run into 20-year-olds?
Look crazy.
Don't we look sick?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and nay. And
that's my struggle.
But it depends. That's what I'm saying. But it depends, right? Because like you could run into somebody anywhere. Like let's say you in Vegas or something.
Let's say you going to a concert. Let's say you going to a concert and it's 18 and up.
No, that's why I don't even them all ages concerts.
I
don't go to those.
I'm not a concert nigga, so I ain't. You know what I mean? I don't like concerts. Yeah, Mixie.
Yeah, justify.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Right? But that's what I'm saying. Like you shouldn't. I feel like at that age, right? You shouldn't be frequent in them type of spots where you can run into somebody 20.
Meet a 20-year-old.
But I mean, if you moving and shaking, and you
On the gram.
And she
On the ground. On the ground.
Hey, and
let's talk about it.
That's what's fucking us up. Like, that's why it's so prevalent what's going on right now because of the gram. Like, we sitting here, we're in a big ass cesspool where we can see something legal. You know, 18, 19, 20, whatever. We all in our 30s. You know what I mean? But we sitting here looking like, damn, look at this cold ass thing. We don't know how old she is. It come out, she 20. We ain't unfollowing.
Definitely not.
Right.
You know, we still lusting over it. Like, this motherfucker is crazy.
But what me and you said in the chat, Reese, is, all right, like Aaliyah, for example, at 16, Aaliyah was probably fucking beautiful, right?
She's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. But when somebody tell you, like, yo, she's 16, your action shouldn't be like, yo, I'm still on it.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's supposed to be like,
like, let me shut this all down. You can't be like, you can look like, oh shit, like she's bad as fuck. But then once you're aware, like even and it's self-control. Timberland is sick for that.
You see fine women in traffic and then be like, let me listen to her talk for a minute.
What? I said it in the chat, so I just want to make sure that everybody knows. So what do y'all mean by that Timberland comment y'all just made?
So I was watching a video of Timberland, and he was 23 at the time. Aaliyah was 16. And he said when he met Aaliyah, he fell in love with her. He said he was absolutely OD in love with her, but he realized she was 16, so instead of trying to pursue a relationship, he went the big brother route.
But
you know
what made it sick is that
he
said what made it.
That's a little.
Hey, and what made it sick is that he said he went and found a girl who reminded and looked like
married.
And shout out to my nigga Dean, who is Timberland's wife, my nigga from right here in the city. That's Timberland's wife right now, currently. That was sick to me for him to be like,
I'm gonna marry somebody.
Have Aaliyah, so I'm gonna go find somebody in the mode or the image of Aaliyah.
Was Aaliyah cold like that? Like
she was cold. Like I don't like
who Aaliyah.
Yeah, she was super bad.
Aaliyah was super cold to me.
Especially in the Queen of the Damned when she was a vampire movie. I don't want to get off subject.
Nigga, what? I don't even remember that movie.
You don't remember that?
No.
She was super gorgeous. Cold, bro.
You know what I mean? Like the way niggas go
back
crazy
in One
about
Piece
Rihanna.
video.
No, I mean,
crazy. Like,
all right,
Rock the Boat videos.
How old was Aaliyah when she passed?
22.
Yeah.
Damn.
22.
That's crazy, bro.
01, yeah.
Like,
and
see,
I'm about to say, her up. He made her grow up more quicker than when she was.
And they showed that. They showed like pictures of her before Kels.
Yeah,
she looked like a baby.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like that trickle of. That's what I was talking about. Like the domino effect of, like, okay, we enjoyed it, but he rushed Aaliyah's growth process. You know what I mean? That fucked her up. Yeah. Maybe mentally.
Now watch this. So, do we look at Dame crazy?
I do. That's what I just told y'all in the chat. I look at Dame crazy.
Because how old was Dame when he was
He's
dating
the
Aaliyah?
same age as Kels.
And she died at 22.
That's what I'm saying. Like I love.
And how old was Dame? What, like 30? What, 4? He was like what?
Whatever Kels is. Dame.
Kels about to turn 51 on Tuesday.
So Dame is probably what 50. All this internet in here, we can figure that out quickly.
Yeah. So Dame was like 51? So Dame was like mid-30s.
Jay be 50 this year.
Isn't Dame older than Hov?
Yeah. No, they're about the same age.
No, Dame is younger than Hov.
All right, well, he's 48.
48 at the most.
So Dame was like in his 30s, right?
Yeah.
Young 30s. Was that wild? Was that a wild gap? Based off of what, you know what I mean? Like 22.
Based off of knowing what she's been through. That's why I'm looking at Dame like, this is a girl who was forced into a marriage at 15.
And I'm not, because Dame really, you know,
Dame.
He an innocent bystander catching the strays,
right? And you know, every interview and stuff, he always shows the utmost respect for Aaliyah, and he always talks about how he really respected Aaliyah, and nobody ever talks bad about Dame and Aaliyah's relationship. Like everybody always say, like, yo, Dame really,
because he knew he had one.
It was short lived though. Like I think it was only about a year.
Yeah, if
that's what I'm saying. We hope it was only like, so she was only 22 again when she died.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that up because, like, you know, just going off of what we were saying, like, was that a wild dynamic? But go ahead.
I also, you know, I seen people trying to get Jay out of here with Beyonce.
Slippery. It's looking funny in the light, like,
but you know what I'm saying?
Because Jay's been with, like, they've been married what,
how long they been married? About 10
Oh,
years.
4.
But they've
Give
been
or
a
take.
couple for what, like 15,
But
20 years down there?
He said that, you know, he started dating her when she was 21.
Was he praying on her?
But see, and that's the thing.
I don't want to put everybody in the Kells category.
No, I'm just saying.
And
I'm
that's
just
what we
saying.
starting
that's
to
the
do,
thing
though.
with J and B. Like,
But are we saying that they're not in that category because B seems to be fine and J seems to be fine? Because what if some shit come out then now it'll turn into that narrative like, well, damn.
because they try to get Jay out of here with B, and they try to get him out of here with Fox.
Fox was definitely getting fucked when she was 15, right? Didn't that come out?
No,
Who was smashing her?
Jay.
They said.
But Jay said it on the record. Like, I mean, of course he could say it on the record. You know what I'm saying? But my thing with Jay and Fox has always been like, there's not any. It's hearsay. It's just hearsay.
Just
Just
like
like
Lil Kim and Big.
I mean, they was around the same. Like, I mean, nah, Big was probably a little bit older. Like,
Yeah.
but
She was a minor. That's all I'm getting at. Like,
Was she?
Yeah.
You
Lil
sure
Kim
it
was
is?
like 16 when she.
Oh, you said Kim. I thought you said about Faith. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Kim was like 17 when she got down with Big.
Yeah.
But Big's run was only 5 years.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to get sidetracked.
I mean,
like,
but I don't want to.
like you said, I don't want to throw.
Yeah,
everybody
and
up
I don't
under
want
the
to
bus.
put every
Yeah, like,
artist in the kill.
It's
Bro.
just like the documentary is definitely.
I'm just saying
opened
the
my eyes
numbers.
to other shit.
I'm just solely bringing people up based off numbers. Off Reese was saying how the 40 and 20 was wild.
Yeah. And again, that's the views. That's me. Like, you know, we're not all of the same opinion with that. You know what I mean?
Man.
And Trav wasn't gonna let anybody talk bad about Hope. The
you see
cake
that.
was coming.
But again, like the layers,
You see it?
like Bless said, the layers on
You
this
see it?
is
Darkwing Duck with it. That nigga was not about to let that go down.
Man,
Darkwing
need
Duck.
some humor. Dark for a little.
Oh man, yeah. See, that's the thing, man. I'm gonna be
hell
honest,
right
bro.
now.
The documentary,
That fucked us all up.
it fucked
man.
us all up, bro.
Fucked us all
It
up.
make you not even want to like. It make you want to walk with your head down when you see certain women,
You feel,
bro. Like,
I do kind of feel ashamed. Like you almost feel like I kind of feel like
Beautiful black
I let
queens.
somebody down. You know what I mean? Like
You don't know damn, nigga.
That's another layer, right? So that's another layer I thought we should talk about. Is like we're doing a terrible job.
yeah, protecting ours.
Who? Black men? Protecting
Terrible.
black women?
Big terrible.
Just like the video of
the McDonald's shit. That shit was sad, bro.
Yeah.
That nigga that's still off on that white man? Yo.
There's no way that he should have been able to grab her from behind the counter like that.
She
Bro.
got off wild punches, but there's no
Dude
reason on
should have been
earth.
sleep on that register.
Her coworkers should have knocked him
And not
And
even
he
just
should have been
not
thrown
even
out the
just black
restaurant.
dude, like any of those guys, the white manager, anybody.
He
should
should have been put out that restaurant. Period, bro.
Yeah, they look like they was still about to serve the motherfucker.
Yeah, like you can't put. Man, come on, bro.
Come on, man. Yeah, you right. You right.
Yeah,
we are doing a black job
Right,
protecting our
and-
black queens.
And that's another layer to the documentary
tearing them down.
that fucked me up, Blaze. It was just like I just feel like overall, man, fuck the whole. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not excusing the grown men messing with minors, but just period, just men and women, the relationship, period, bro. Like I feel like if this didn't make you feel like we got to do better, bro, I'm kind of looking at you like.
I feel like me. I'm known for being tough, right? The tough one on the ladies or whatever the case may
Definitely
be.
hard on the ladies.
Yeah, I am, and my toughness comes from a place of love. I don't love the fuck shit that goes on, this manipulating, playing the game type of shit in a relationship. I don't like that shit. But I'm only saying this to you so that we can get to a healthier relationship, so that we can stop doing all that bullshit. And this documentary opened my eyes up even more, even though I already was hip to it, that we have to protect.
Man, listen, man, the documentary made me sad, bro. It really did, man.
It's a funeral.
Can I say like it is.
It's a wrap.
Us men make these women savages?
Yeah, I mean, we play a
huge
major
part.
part in the behavior of women. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it starts with the way that we're treating them. You know what I mean? The way that we, object some of them, to just sex, you know what I mean? Or making them feel lesser than what they are, you know what I mean? Like, because it's not too many instances where we bigging them up or we praising them or we putting them on a pedestal. And, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to keep bringing up, the slave mentality, but it all stems from that, you know what I mean? Back from who got chose to be a house nigga or a field nigga, you know what I mean? And then they sleeping with the white man. So the resentment coming from all that, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you know,
it's
you
just
ain't
generational.
a generational curse that we probably are never going to be able to come up out of that. You know what I mean?
Not in our lifetime.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, only thing you can do is pray
I'm gonna try.
that you raising your kids the right way to.
I know. I got girls, bro.
Not,
so that shit is...
you know what I mean? Like, and that's how I was wondering, like, with you being a father to girls, like, what's your thought process on it? You know, because I got 2 boys, so I mean, my whole thing is that I just want to make sure I raise my boys up to never, you know, devalue a woman like that, or to, you know, to never, you know, be disrespectful or to be demeaning to a woman like that. But how you feel having daughters? Like, what was your thought? Like, because I mean, I would have to. I can't believe that's why I can't believe Kels is alive.
I'm going to prison.
Yeah.
I don't give a... My daughter is 17. If a 17-year-old boy put his hands on my daughter today, hey, I'll be calling y'all from the joint. Like, hey, put a drop on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've come to grips with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna not protect my daughters no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I felt the way with that one family, like with the dude where they said they went to the R. Kelly concert. Cool. No problem with that at all. But then when Kels comes, gets your daughter from your possession, and you let him take her up on stage, like, no, like, we're not doing that, Kels. Like,
this is my biggest problem with the families. And I'm just saying, they heard all the allegations over the years, just like us, bro. You know what I'm saying? So to not even solicit your kid, but your kid being that excited to be around him, you heard all.
Yeah, you felt him. Like, your kid should be that excited about that.
I don't give a fuck how talented your kid is singing. R. Kelly can be. There'll be another opportunity.
But don't undersell that point though. Like, you gotta understand, like, Reese, you know, being in certain circles, that when a situation or what they deem as an opportunity is on the line, things change, man.
It does change.
But an opportunity from Kels, though.
Opportunity from Kels.
That's my
knowing that he's...
I agree with what y'all saying. I agree with y'all, but from the perspective of a parent who thinks that their daughter is... like, they're like, oh, we out of here. This is... my life is changing.
My break. This is it.
That's selfish.
And he let her go twice.
And that's why... selfish. No, but that's the manipulation that's happening.
But he made that play happen fast.
The parents are selfish in that because they're thinking about
we're
out of here.
You're absolutely right, Trav.
Oh, yeah.
We're out of here. Not, my daughter's gonna learn how to sing and we're out of the ghetto.
But it has to be a certain type of person. He knows what he's doing.
Even the parents, like the mentality of the parent, like that's the weak-minded of the parents. Like,
Trav, a nigga like me sitting back like, hey, Kels, I'm good regardless. You're not taking my child nowhere.
But if you know somebody's been considered a predator, it was 2016.
So what about Sparkle and her niece? Because I was...
Sparkle was wrong as fuck, in my opinion.
Because Sparkle was around from Aaliyah. They said she was there from jump. Mm-hmm. So, and that goes back to what the industry was at the time. Y'all remember all these kids stars in the 90s?
Yes.
You know, so...
the industry is...
that's why, like, that's why I'm looking at Kel so crazy. Like, he played on all of this.
Nigga was going to her basketball game.
Sparkle said it. She said... thinking about how Bow Wow got discovered and all that, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Why you feel like Sparkle was wrong, Trav?
I don't think she was wrong.
What's that?
If you say you have a niece, you got a niece, whatever, you walk in the studio and you see your niece recording with a grown-ass man.
It was too late at that point, Trav.
She's signed to the label. He's already in the process of making her a star.
A 13-year-old should not be alone in the studio with a grown-ass man.
It was too late, though. Like, it wasn't like she knew what was happening. But you
get ahead of the game. Like, you stop it there.
At that point, it was too late. The hooks were in.
The hooks was in.
But you can control a 13-year-old better than you control a 17-year-old.
That's not her child. She can't do anything.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you listen to the show, at first, the parents was going to the studio with her.
Then that's what all the parents claim.
And then
wasn't her dad playing guitar?
Right, and he kept
on his
playing
albums.
Still.
Kels.
So think about it, Trav. You got a niece, I'm sure.
Yes.
So you can't control, like, at the end of the day, your brother or sister or whoever has the veto power over you. If Sparkle's saying you shouldn't bring him around Kels, and the parents are saying,
right now with
like, ain't nothing you could do as an uncle.
Nothing. You can't pull her out of that. The parents got the ultimate say so.
Fuck your career though. Like you got to do something.
Sparkle blow her career behind it. Like she lost her career behind this.
Right.
And family.
And the family went against her for fighting for her niece. Like so that's
just so young, man.
But I don't know how we blaming Sparkle for this though, bro.
Yeah, I'm not blaming Sparkle at all.
She
was courageous. Like for her to even bring
that girl.
But what was she gonna do, Trav?
Was different for me than every other girl. It was different for her. Like a lot of them, he was borderline. He knew he was 16, 17-ish type of. That was a baby.
That was a baby, man. Like that shit is.
Yo, understand that Jamon's 14.
Mm-hmm. That's a baby, dog.
That's crazy.
He was going to her basketball games.
Nigga. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't agree with you on the Sparkle shit, bro.
She tried, Trav.
Nah, I don't think she tried hard enough.
Yeah, her parents went into the court and said it wasn't her on the video.
Did you see that?
How can we say that?
If you saying she didn't try hard enough, then what else should she have done?
Right.
I don't know what else.
Then you can't say that.
You gotta kill the nigga. I don't know.
All right, Trav. Mafia Trav is back.
Career for him.
Right. If the child's own father don't want to kill the nigga, how you gonna kill the nigga?
I don't know.
That's like cut Sparkle.
That's
off.
like what you saying about that play the devil's advocate about.
And they went to the stand and said that wasn't her.
If your daughter is going to go back to that,
Sparkle gave up her whole goddamn career to fight for somebody that didn't want to fight for themselves.
You want to be the old dude off of New Jack,
right?
Trav, this ain't.
Your soul belongs in hell.
Definitely want to shoot the nigga.
This ain't The Godfather. It doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and here's the thing. And here's some advice to my homie. With that mentality that you have with your own daughters, understand that they know that and they won't bring the shit to you.
Right.
So be careful with that shit too.
I know. I mean, yeah, I like me and Brooklyn have that relationship, and it's still like scary. It's still scary because she's 17. She thinks she knows everything in the world, dog.
Like all 17-year-olds.
And you know what I'm saying?
We was at the game.
Okay.
In Pickerington. We had to put
that's right. Yeah,
we had to put the fear of God in.
Yeah, I remember it was young.
Yeah.
I think it's our responsibility as black parents on both ends, whether you got a boy or a girl, is
Facts.
need to be an example.
Mm-hmm.
Like my interactions with my wife, my son sees all that. So
right.
You know what I'm saying? How I
and that's something I have to work on.
Right there.
That's something I definitely got to work on.
Yeah, how I treat my wife, like he sees that, and he be getting on the little Google voice on the, like, broadcast Google, Mom, you're beautiful. Like, yeah, you gotta teach her. Because if they don't learn it here, the street's gonna teach them something different.
And that's the thing.
And then it's too late, because then they know.
And to me, like, having kids so young, like, you know, I've told certain people, you know what I'm saying, having kids so young, I didn't know how to treat a woman, but I just had kids, you know what I'm saying, so young.
Right.
And people always laugh at me when I be like, yo, me and my kids basically grew up together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was young as fuck.
Don't be a menace.
I was in 11th grade when I had a kid. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that. Like, they don't know what I've really been through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that. So I always tell people, like, when it comes to the two little ones.
You was a kid raising a kid.
I was a kid raising a kid, literally, growing. Like, so when it comes to the two little ones, I know so much more.
Right.
With the two
Only
little
thing
ones.
we can do is be better tomorrow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
make mistakes every day.
So with the little ones, I'm so on point. You know, I'm so much more patient, so much understanding. When I was a kid, dog, and my friends wanted to go do shit, and I had to babysit. I got babysit my own kids. Like, nigga, that's whack. Like, what the fuck?
It sounds crazy, but that's why I'm such an advocate of having multiple kids. Like, cause you learn so much that first go round. So when the second one comes, like, it's like, damn, I didn't get to do this, or I didn't do this right this first go round, and it just makes shit so much better. You know what I mean? Like, not better, but
you just more understanding,
right?
man.
You know what I mean? To be able to go through that trial and error of your first kid, and then to have a second one, and to know that, like, damn, I did this wrong, I did this wrong.
And my mom's a different person.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell my stepkids that all the time. I was like, y'all can't even look at the way Jamon is being raised and compare. Like, first of all, I was 18, 19, right? I was similar, right? But it, like you said, you learn so much. Like parenting is something that they can't teach you that.
Right.
You have to learn from experience.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying?
I was
So
in college trying to raise straight. Like, I had to leave school.
yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard as fuck. Here we are.
You gotta be an example, man.
Yeah, man. A lot of emotions, man. A lot of emotions.
Yeah. Great show to start off the year.
And hats off to the ladies, man. The survivors, like,
Oh,
not
yeah.
just them
man.
on the documentary, like, just the
In
ladies
general.
that's going through this period, like,
Bro, shout out to that.
we
mom.
are with you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what we can do to be
True.
advocates for it or to, you know, to try to make things better, but if you want to hit us up, talk to us about
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
Give us some
we gotta
pointers.
start. At some point, we can't keep saying change has got to be made. Like, we just got to start doing it.
We got to make the change, man. And it starts at home. It starts with our own,
Yeah.
man. Like I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like that.
Yeah, this
Watching that
documentary
shit, bro.
opened our
I
eyes,
had to.
And again, to the people that's gonna say we've been canceled, Kels, we've been canceled.
This ain't even about that no more.
Congrats.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Who cares?
Yeah, nobody cares. Like,
congratulations.
yeah.
I can't believe we keep talking about the show. Like,
I know. I just know people are gonna say that because I've seen it online over and over, and I'm like, yo, like,
We just got to start treating these black women better, man. Like, black women, black girls. You know what I mean? Period. Like, we gotta. It's time to switch it up. You know what I mean? Like, and that's even like I said, even with myself. You know, I know some shit I gotta change up.
45 minutes.
yeah. All right. Once again, we're gonna shout out our sponsor. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Carlone Tone. Again, if you need a new whip, you know what I'm saying? You got bad credit, no credit, you got repossessions. Hit our guy up, Carlone Tone. Again, his number is 614-504-3839. He'll help you get you into a whip. Again, tell him what we talked about sent you. If you go talk to him, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to our sponsors. You know, we moving up in the world, fellas.
January 12th.
January 12th, we're gonna be at XL.
Excel.
Come kick it with your boys, man. Shout out to my guy JD in the building. Yeah, man.
Jay, shout out to Jay.
Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to Plain Gang.
You know what I'm saying? Get you the Arnaz special. You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely gonna try it on the 12th.
Oh, the Arnaz special hits with you know, with the Henny sauce. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta get the Henny sauce
With the
inside,
Grippo
man.
wings.
Might gotta ask for two because they lucky. They, you know what I mean? They might not give
We
you
don't.
enough.
We don't. The stocks don't went up on Henny sauce. What you doing with the Henny?
Oh yeah, man. You know, shout out to my man Jay, man. My man Jay.
So I'm like, get my seasoning like Grippo seasoning, Henny sauce on the side.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so it's your boy Chad Dave.
Mel Chapo.
Yo, Chapo's good.
Mixie badass.
Shout out to my guy Jay Wood.
The pure white is in.
The champ is here. Shout out to the champ. We out of here. Peace.